Hey guys, so we are going to make another one of these art boxes, for lack of a better term. Now, this isn't my idea. There's some videos out there already on the internet to show how to do them. I'll try to link at least one below, and I do recommend go watch their video. All right, so it starts out as a travel jewelry box. And the first thing you need to do is gut it gently. So this is the one we're going to work on. Sometimes when you do, even gently take out the interior pieces, like this lip inside here will lift up a little bit. Sometimes this will. So after you get it emptied, put some I'm using clear Gorilla Glue and glue it back down, and then use like 5 million different like little clippy things. I grabbed like all the different ones I have in the art room and clip it down and let it dry overnight, which is what we did here. Then I took the trim piece that goes around the top and the bottom, covered it in fabric, also let that dry. I took a couple of the separator pieces and covered them in fabric, let them dry. So now we're going to work on the base and then assembling it. This is one that I've done already. And this one, if I'm not mistaken, is set up for crocheting. I have one for crocheting, one for knitting, and one for cross stitch. What am I going to use this one? I don't know. But I do love using them. Now this one is a different, obviously different shape. And it's gray on the outside, and I put bee fabric, big surprise, on the inside. They usually have a pocket in the lid, and I usually remake the pocket. This one also has a little strap to hold things in. And then some dividers. I have discovered after making a few of these that for me, I like having one long divider in the front or the back to hold pens, hooks, needles, whatever. And then 2 or 3 smaller compartments for other things. And that's what works for me. And then it's kind of a universal for me. So if at some point I want to change this from being a crochet box to, I don't know, being a cross stitch box, the compartments work for me really well. Again, think about what you want to use it for. Think about how you want to arrange it. Watch some videos, because there's, again, a lot of them out there, and see how you want it to work for you. So that's that one. We're going to put that back there. Okay. I cut out some. So when I took it apart, this one had a center flap. So there was like a pocket here and then a flap to close the pocket, and then more things down here. The center flap came out just fine. The top and bottom did not. So I recut them out of a box, and I cut some fabric. Now I don't have any more of the flowered fabric, but I'm going to make that little elastic pocket, I think, out of this green fabric. First thing we need to do is attach fabric to all of these lining pieces. Now, I am going to end up Gorilla Gluing this down, but I'm also going to use hot glue to clamp the pieces down while the Gorilla Glue dries. I think I want to just use tape. Whoa, knocking things over. I don't remember exactly how I did it last time, but I think I want to just use some masking tape in a few places. To hold the fabric down, because at some point this is going to have Gorilla Glue and hot glue all over it, so I'm not worried about the fabric lifting up. I just kind of want to get it shaped to the cardboard. I think this will work. So let me do that to all the pieces, and I'm going to stitch a long rectangular pocket with a little bit of elastic in it at the top. Let me get all that done. I'll be back. I did that, but the box label shows through. I should have done it this side facing out. Maybe tape is not a good idea. Maybe I'll just hot glue it in place. Okay, that's done. We've got all our pieces covered. Dry fit the one in the bottom. And this is the edging that goes around the edge. So what I'm gonna do, see if we can get you all to, like still, okay, is I'm going to put a bunch of Gorilla Glue down here and then a few spots of hot glue and stick this down. Then we're gonna do a bunch of Gorilla Glue around the inside edge, a few spots of hot glue, stick this down. So let's get it done. I did buy more Gorilla Glue because I'm running out. So this box has a like plastic frame. So I'm gonna put the Gorilla Glue on the plastic frame. Okay. Then we're gonna put hot glue. Ow. Which is hot, by the way. Be cautious with your hot glue. Okay. That worked. I didn't even make too big of a mess. It's a miracle. Okay. Now with the edging, we're gonna not do it all at once. We're gonna do a little bit at a time. So I'm gonna put some, and I always put the seam of the strip in the back. The boxes are not always made that way, but that's how I do it. And we'll put some hot glue. Okay, and we'll go all the way around the piece like that.
Let's go potty. Let's go peeps. Go peep and poop. Come on, let's go. I know, I gotta go pee too.
Okay, I did the same thing with the dividers and got them a combination of hot glue to hold them in place while the Gorilla Glue dries. So now we can work on the lid and the divider. All right, so first thing I need to do is make a pocket. Do I have any? I do have scraps of this green fabric. That'll work great. That one will work. All right, there you go. So I am going to go gather the top and the bottom, put some elastic in the top. We're going to use the folded edge at the top because this is a wide piece of fabric. And then we will get this attached. All right, let me go to the sewing machine. I'll be right back. Pay attention to the way your box is assembled when you take it apart. In the case of this box, and I think most of the ones I've done, with the lid, the trim, edge trim goes in first, and then this piece. We've got our pocket all done. So we're gonna trim the excess fabric off of this first. There we go. And then we will get this in here the same way we did the bottom. Okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go all the way around. And I have extra fabric here just to cover up any gaps between the edging and this piece. All right, I'm gonna do that. Hey guys, so I do find whenever I make one of these boxes, I tend to be on the sloppy side. So that means that when I get everything glued together, I've got to go back in with trims and things and cover up my mess, which this time is no different than the other times. So I have some of this, I have a bunch of this, like velvet ribbon, bookbinding thread, different things around the art room, because of course I do. I think we're good now. I think I have all the glue strings off. Maybe. So this is what the bottom looks like. It's not exactly straight, but I'm not going to fix it. It's good. It's fine. And then this is what the top looks like. I did have I wanted to put a flower in here anyway, but there was also a problem over here in the corner, so I fixed it. It took a couple of times to get the back in the top end, which you have to kind of finagle it around the trim, and so you have to cut this piece a little bit smaller if the one that you take out gets torn up. And I did get sloppy with the glue here, so that's where the bookbinding thread is, which means that at the moment it doesn't want to close all the way. It does close, but also nothing is dry yet. So you know what, it's fine. I don't think any of them that I have close all the way, because I usually stuff too much junk in them. But also this one's, not completely done yet. So I have to finagle the lid and then, or the separator, and then there we go. So I'm going to actually leave it like that. I'm going to put some weights on top of it. I'm going to finagle it around and let everything dry, but otherwise it's done. I really like these. These come in really handy, and they're very useful, and it's a great way to travel. Like the one I have for my cross stitch, which you could use this one for. I can just grab it and go. So anyway, it's a new way to do art storage. Yeah. Here's my little pincushion. So anyway, I'll link the videos down below. I hope it gives you some ideas. And on to the next thing. I think it's time for lunch now. I see all kinds of little things just hanging off. And I probably have to just leave it and let it dry and stop picking at it. All right, I'll be back. Typical me when I make things. After I turn the phone off, I decided to change things up a little bit, and I took out the divider flap. I only have that in one of the bags and little boxes I've made. Most of them don't have that. And I'm okay with that. And that also meant I could do some more decorating inside. That I love. I had some little crocheted flowers. I put some little black rivets in the center to mimic the flowers in the fabric. Did some stitching. Added a quote. That's cute. That's cute. It's typical. Anyway, I'm going to put these are my fabric weights, on here while the Gorilla Glue that's underneath is drying. And then I've got my new craft box. Not mad about it. All right, I'll be back. So we are out taking a walk. I don't want to, but
I'm dragging you out.
You're dragging me out. Okay, he made me feel guilty. He said he liked my company. That's one way to bribe your wife into going out for a walk with you.
I'd rather talk to you than talk to the dog. Dog doesn't answer me.
No. So anyway, we're out doing that. It's a little cold, so I've got one of my new hats on that I'm keeping. And I'm gonna get some steps in before we have dinner, but it was a good day. Very productive. That's the word I was looking for, productive. I've already figured out what I want to use that art toolbox for that I made today. And I don't think it's completely dry yet, but it's already got stuff in it. It's going to be my needlework analog bag box. So it's got a combination of knitting and crochet stuff in it. So that's perfect. Anyway, I won't keep talking. It's awfully dark. You can't really see me. I'll be back. Everybody, it is Tuesday the 27th. It is 1:05 p.m. just after lunch. I spent the morning working on another unfinished object. So I bought this beautiful sleeveless linen dress. Not that you can tell. That's what it is. In Italy. The brand name is Orchida. I think that's how you pronounce it. Orchidea. And I love the way it fits. There were a couple of issues with the fit. I could have had them alter it, but I was leaving like the next day, and so that wasn't going to work. My main problem with how it fit was it's the center front buttons and gapage. So I can live with the other minor fit issues because it fits okay. And I love the dress. And I really didn't want to do too much to it. So now no gapage because snaps in between all the buttons. So, and I got it halfway. It's all hand stitched. It's taken me about 2 or 3 hours this morning to get this done. Longer than that. 3 hours. I started at about 10. I hand stitched all of it closed, and it was a little bit fiddly to do, but when I tried it on, when I was about halfway done, perfection. So one more project done. What am I going to do next? I don't know. I might just chill the rest of the day. I know there's a couple of chores downstairs. I don't know. And we're still watching the dog, so walking. All right. I'll be back. Hi, guys. It's been a couple days since I got on camera. Why? No particular reason. So I went out this morning and ran a whole bunch of errands and got some more word search books because when I'm trying hard to not turn a device on, this is one of the things I keep in my bag to do. And then I just recently heard about these darning needles. I'm sure they've been out for a while. They're from Hobby Lobby, but they're by Knitter's Pride. They're called wool needles. And I don't know if you can see, there you go. So instead of a needle with a hole in it, it's got the loop. I want to try them. So I'm going to be adding them to my bag. But I am finally working on the lemon dress. And we're going to take our time with it because, and I knew this because I changed the pattern. The original pattern is the tiered dress by Pattern Friends. So I knew when I changed the top that it would be a lot of trouble. And it is. I adjusted the darts so they fit me better, but now we have, can you see? Yeah, that right there. Like, where is it? So I need to unpick the sides. I started attaching the skirt tiers when I noticed that. And there's no easy way around it. I'm going to have to unpick the whole side, detach the skirt a couple inches on each side, unpick the armhole a couple inches on each side, fix the side seam, and then reattach everything. So I am going to grab my scalpel blade and magnifying glasses, which are in my analog bag, and we're going to sit and listen to some crazy YouTube Reddit stories and unpick seams. It's fine. I'm telling myself it's fine. All right. I'll be back. That took a little bit, but all fixed, and it fits really well. Now I can finish it. If not today, tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, it's almost 5 o'clock, and I got the issues with the bodice fixed. I got the rest of the skirt tiers attached, and I actually got it hemmed. I know, right? I love the lemon pattern. Anyway, it's not everybody's taste, but I love it. I have to put the zipper in still, and I think, this is me. I think I'm going to put pockets on the front. So, but that's not today's project. We're done for the day, I think. Next week, when we have time off from babysitting, we will be working on the love bug, which is in this bag. which is another wall hanging fabric sculpture thing, like my bee, and there's a flower. Yeah, like that. Anyway, where am I gonna hang it in here? I don't know. Maybe right there. So anyway, all right. That's it for the minute. I'm gonna sit down and relax and drink some water. I'll be back. One more unfinished object done, and it fits. It's zipped up and everything. It's comfortable. Yeah, not too tight, not too loose. The length is good. It's not dragging on the ground because, like, I'm not tall, so that's a thing. Anyway, it's all good. Time to break for lunch now after I turn everything off and figure out if I need the husband's help to unzip this or if I can do it myself. I'll be back. Yes, we're in the Barracuda. Can you hear it? If you can't hear it, go see the hearing doctor because, yeah. Anyway, we we met some of the kids for breakfast. Adopted son-in-law Brian got a new job, so we were celebrating. We're headed back to the house now to watch some movies, have some snacks. Jenny and I will do some crocheting, all the things. So it's a nice, calm, relaxing day. I did get lemon dress done yesterday. I showed you guys that, and the toolbox done earlier in the week. Love that. Whoa! And some mending. So we're making progress on the unfinished objects pile. Love that for me. All right, that's it for the minute. I'll be back. This thing is loud and bouncy. Yeah. All right. I'll be back, guys. All right. It is the end of the day on Saturday. It's after 8 o'clock. We had a really great time with adopted daughter and her husband, celebrating Brian's new job, which is going well. Yay. Watching a ridiculous but funny movie. And Jenny and I were both crocheting while we were watching the movie. I made some more bees. This bowl is all bees. So today I made this red one. I made this gray-ish tan one. I made this one. It's like I think it reminds Mr. Bob of like milk chocolate. Is this the milk chocolate bee?
Yeah, I said chocolate. Coffee.
Coffee.
The coffee one.
And then I made, I think this one's also from today, but I also made this one. So here in Oregon, where we're living, we get these giant, fuzzy, hairy bumblebees with yellow stripes. So, yeah, anyway. Making bees. I'm not going to stop anytime soon. They're like fun to make. They're quick. They're easy. Yeah, so it's a thing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, all right, that's it for today and for the week. It's been a productive week. We've gotten a lot done. Next week, we're back to regularly scheduled broadcasts. I mean, my regular schedule. Babysitting on Monday and Tuesday and all of that stuff. So, but that's all for next week's vlog. And tomorrow, Mr. Bob and I are getting up to some adventures. We have the day free from chores and things for the most part. So, again, next week's vlog. But, you know, it's all about the simple things. I'm really enjoying putting things down and obviously making bees, using my bag with my book in it. It's got word search puzzles in it, you know, all the things when I'm getting stressed out or I just want to get away from that thing. Just turn it off. If it is on, put some music on. And not the radio, because then you get the news and commercials. Nope. I turn on Pandora, usually Pandora. It's not a bad idea. Anyway, whatever you all need to do to stay calm and healthy, do that. We did go out and get steps today, but we decided to go to the mall. Of course, I found a Snoopy t-shirt that I don't need, but I bought. But we got steps in. We got a lot of steps in. So anyway, do whatever you need to stay healthy. If you're, not really wanting to, you're not alone. Yeah, hello. Have you not watched my vlog? Anyway, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Go out and do something nice for yourself because you deserve it. And I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.